In the shadowy corners of the city where danger lurks and secrets hide, there's one man who dares to tread. His name, Jason King. A detective like no other, armed with an intellect sharper than a razor's edge and a wit as quick as a striking cobra. But his opponents aren't your everyday criminals. They're masterminds of deception, serial killers who play a deadly game of cat and mouse. In a world where the line between good and evil blurs, Jason King stands steadfast. He's not just solving crimes, he's diving into the human psyche, unraveling the twisted knots of depravity. Each case, a new challenge. Each criminal, a new puzzle to solve. In the relentless pursuit of justice, will the hunter become the hunted? Stay tuned as Jason King takes you on a thrilling journey into the heart of darkness.
Richard Ramirez, infamously known as the Night Stalker, was an American serial killer, rapist, and burglar whose crime spree terrorized the residents of California, particularly those in Los Angeles, in the mid-1980 ES. His notorious acts, characterized by their brutality and randomness, struck fear into the hearts of many and earned him a place among the most feared serial killers in American history. Ricardo Leyva Muñoz Ramirez was born on February 29, 1960, in El Paso, Texas, as the youngest of 5 children in a Mexican-American family. Ramirez's childhood was troubled. He suffered physical abuse from his father and was heavily influenced by an older cousin, a Vietnam War veteran, who shared graphic stories and photographs of his activities during the war, including acts of violence and rape. This exposure, coupled with a series of head injuries and epileptic seizures, is often cited as a contributing factor to his later criminal behavior. Ramirez's criminal record began with minor offenses, including drug possession and theft during his teenage years. He eventually moved to California, where his crimes escalated in severity. By the early 1980s, Ramirez had begun to engage in a series of burglaries, sexual assaults, and murders that would span from 1984 to 1985. The Night Stalker's modus operandi was marked by its randomness and brutality. Ramirez would break into homes at night, attacking his victims while they slept. His crimes were not limited to any specific demographic, as his victims ranged in age from 9 to 83 and included both men and women. Ramirez used a variety of weapons, including handguns, knives, a tire iron, and a hammer, demonstrating a particular viciousness and lack of empathy. He often left behind satanic symbols, which added a chilling and bizarre aspect to his crimes. Ramirez's crimes included at least 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. His ability to elude capture for over a year added to the public's fear and the media frenzy surrounding his crimes. Richard Ramirez's reign of terror came to an end on August 31, 1985, when he was captured by residents of an East Los Angeles neighborhood after attempting to carjack a woman. His face had been identified from a mugshot, and his attempt to flee was thwarted by locals who recognized him. This led to his arrest by the police. During his trial, which began in 1988, Ramirez garnered media attention for his defiant attitude, often flashing a pentagram drawn on his hand and making statements in support of Satanism. In 1989, he was convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. Ramirez was sentenced to death, though he spent the remainder of his life on death row due to the lengthy appeals process in California. Richard Ramirez died of complications related to B-cell lymphoma on June 7, 2013, at the age of 53, while still on death row. He was also affected by chronic substance abuse and chronic hepatitis C viral infection at the time of his death. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, remains a figure of profound darkness in American criminal history. His crimes have been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and television series, reflecting a continued public fascination and horror at his brutal legacy. Ramirez's case also underscored the importance of community vigilance and the role of forensic science in solving crime.
In the shadowy underworld of crime, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, you've been journeying with me, Jason King. We've dissected the minds of some of the most notorious serial killers, peeling back the layers of their darkest secrets. Every shadowy corner we've turned, every chilling confession we've analyzed, has been a step deeper into the abyss. But remember, the abyss also gazes back. So brace yourself as we prepare to dive even deeper. Next time, we'll unravel a tale so twisted, it will make your spine tingle with anticipation. An enigma so intricate, it will have you questioning everything you thought you knew. Until then, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. This is Jason King, signing off.